Hurricane Helen, is that what it is? I don't even know. She just came through Spartanburg, South Carolina, what was left of her at least, and has done quite a bit of damage to my house. That's the front yard. That's my son's car. 2 trees down right there, down the backyard. Debris absolutely everywhere. And then this bad boy came down from my neighbor's yard. And I've got a big tree in my swimming pool that took out big portions of the house. Okay everybody, it is day 2, day after this storm came through our neighborhood, and I'm just documenting some of this, but kind of showing again what happened. Had 2 trees in my front yard come over. This one you could tell, it's probably hard to see in this video, but you can tell how the earth raised up like it was coming out at the roots and then ended up snapping. This one was coming up at the roots too. You can see some roots, but then it ended up snapping. And both went right across the street. Okay, because of this tree, actually 2 trees in there that went down, and you can see the little hole where my son's car was at. We actually cut it out, but because of this tree, 2 trees laying down in front of my house, you can't get through the street, obviously. Now, these 2 trees are 2 trees of dozens, as you can see down the way. There are more trees down there. There's more trees on the other end. Yeah, it's not very accessible up and down my road just yet. That's the big push today, to try to make the road accessible. I'm going to walk to the back here real quick just to show the back. The hardest part to clean up is just all this debris, all this little tiny junk that is literally everywhere. But here's my backyard. My neighbor's tree came down, which is this big tree that you're seeing. Came down and just came across the fence, across the pool, took out parts of the house. Part of it is still laying right there. But you can see what it did to the gutters and the fascia board, or whatever that's called, behind the gutters. Just ripped significant chunks of it off. I've got electrical wires laying here, which don't have power to them at the moment, so I don't think they're a huge danger, but little craziness. I used to have a deck that sat here. It's probably about 6 feet off the ground. It is now on the ground. This was the gateway into my pool area. 1968 GMC truck, untouched. I don't think anything hit it at all. Praise the Lord for that. Okay, so there's the back of the house. And the biggest issue, I think, is that dormer up there, which was part of the attic fan, I believe. That has just been completely crushed, and there is a hole through there. I've got a guy coming out to tarp all that today, but this tree just completely demolished the pool. The water looks horrible and is going down quickly, so it's draining over time here. And yeah, you can see it came from my neighbor's yard. Took out this fence as it went. Completely cracked the pool deck. And I will show you what it did over here. I think where I'm at is fairly stable. Well, I shouldn't say fairly stable. I don't feel like I'm standing on something that's wobbly, but certainly compromised. And then part of this tree came down too. I think it probably got hit as this tree came down and parts of it were taken with it. So, but we stayed in the house last night. It didn't seem unsafe, but we will see as experts come out here and do some assessments. The insurance guy coming out is going to be, he's not coming out for a week. A week and a few days actually. I'm sure we're one of many on his list. So that's kind of where we're at right now. It's a little crazy. I'm a mess. Got to work all day trying to clear out the street with the rest of my neighbors. Hopefully power will get back. Hopefully we can get the internet going again. We can get back online and back into a normal routine. It's amazing how much you rely on all that stuff. But the good news is everybody's safe. I've not heard one story on this entire street, this entire neighborhood where anybody got injured. Great deal of damage. And unfortunately, my house is not the worst on the street, and I'm not the only one at this level. There's a lot of them that are having major problems, but I have not heard that anybody got hurt, so that is fantastic. But for now, I got to get to work. Okay, good morning everybody. It is day 3. You can see my trash pile is starting to get bigger. And this light was out on the pole out here. But there's a telephone pole that is leaning. We're afraid it's going to fall and take out our light. So we got the light out and saved it. Sounds like somebody's got a blower going. So I don't think anybody has power. It's probably battery powered or something. There's the pole that's leaning. I'm thinking it's eventually coming down. I'm not sure. But yesterday what we did, the big thing was clearing the street. And now our street, I know it's hard to see, but our street is clear from one end to the other. Which clearing the streets was a huge deal for everybody to be able to get out and get groceries and do what they need to do. We had no city help with this. This was all just neighbors and good people getting together. But you can see the size of some of these logs that we went through were just huge. And that's not even one of the bigger ones. That's a big one, but not the biggest. The debris, just crazy. Of course, sunny, blue skies, gorgeous morning. Life goes on, the birds are singing, and we are still in cleanup mode, but the big parts of it are taken care of that we can get out. Now we're just hoping to get some power. All right, that is a quick update for today. Definitely getting to know my neighbors, which is very nice. Not the way in which I wanted to meet all my neighbors, but that's the good thing that's coming from it. Alright guys, so it is Monday morning, 72 hours after Hellene came through, and we have got our first heroes, well, not the first heroes, first professional heroes coming in. They're going to start doing some removal of this tree that's left in our yard, and they've got the ladder they're going up. They're going to get on the roof and start taking care of all of that. Let me go around the back and show you what they're going to do. Okay, my son and I have cleared out a lot of this so we could get to this stairway and get out our back door. But as you can see, the tree is still gigantic and way over what we could do on our own. But Chris, who is absolutely awesome, he's worked on our house before. Him and his crew are going to take care of all that rubble on the top and get it tarped, which is a big, big deal. We have been fortunate that it has not rained since all this happened, but if it started raining, I would have a deluge inside my house once again. So, big step forward today, getting the house tarped, getting some of this debris gone, and then eventually, I'm sure all these piles of stuff everywhere have got to go too, but the big stuff is happening today. That is crazy. Chainsaws are the magic sound in this neighborhood these days. When chainsaws are going, you know things are happening and things are getting cleared out. But they're doing it in front of my house today, which is super cool. I don't know how long this is going to take. By the way, we don't have any power yet. They're saying it could be Friday. There's so much damage to lines and stuff like that. I don't know that to just fix one thing and flip a switch. The boxes on the back of my house, which are like right in here-ish, am I pointing right? I don't know, right there. Those boxes were damaged, so there's going to have to be some repair jobs there before we can get power. It's a big mess. It is huge. It is absolutely huge. Alright, it is Tuesday. Quick update. They came and almost completely cleared my front yard yesterday, which is fantastic. I will tell you, every morning by 8 o'clock the chainsaws are going, and it is so nice to hear. You know, it'll be interesting when the chainsaws stop, but the chainsaws are just chainsaws and blowers. It means we're cleaning up. The big thing they did at my house yesterday, which was huge, is they got the house tarped. There's not rain in the forecast for the rest of the week, but hopefully if it does rain, we should be fine. My little part-time job at the camera store, they've got power, so I'm going to work today, which will be nice to get back to some normalcy. I actually shaved and feel a little bit normal today, so that's good. Gonna get everything charged because we still have no power. I'll get all my devices and batteries and everything charged. Hopefully we can get to the internet there and start posting some of this stuff. I don't know what else to say. Hopefully they'll have power by Friday. That's what they're telling us. I really don't know if that's possible, but I'm hopeful. It'd be nice to have some power back in the house. And maybe start getting back to a little bit of normal. I've had 2 photo shoots canceled, by the way. Not canceled necessarily, but postponed at least. I was supposed to work on Saturday morning. I'm supposed to work tomorrow night. Both of those things got canceled. I had a Spartanburg Fashion Week meeting that got canceled. Spartanburg Fashion Week is actually in a couple of weeks, so some of that's to come. Hopefully we'll be back to some normalcy so we can be dealing with that. Good morning, everybody. It's Wednesday. I don't know if you can tell, but they got more debris out in front of my house because they've started cleaning up the backyard. And I'm going to show you that here in just one second. But the linemen are about halfway down our street, so hopefully power is coming sooner than later. They had originally told us Friday. It's Wednesday. I am hopeful that Friday would be the latest that our power would be back. Hopefully sooner than that. There's damage to the back of my house, so even if they get the power through the lines, I'm wondering if there's got to be some repairs at my actual house to make it all work. So we're optimistic on that and hopeful that that will get done. But let me show you the backyard because some progress was made back there yesterday. Okay, as you can see, there was a bobcat through here wreaking havoc as they do, but a lot of the tree on this side is been cut away and taken out. They actually salvaged a few things. Most everything is crushed, but you can see we're saving a few plants. That Japanese maple was actually my mother-in-law's, so it was important to my wife that we save that guy. The company that started pulling out all this stuff is coming either today or tomorrow, next day, something like that, with a crane to get the rest of this out, because you can't just take something out this big and this heavy. But I want to show you something over here with this tree. I think I've showed this tree before, but I came last night and I wrapped a string around the trunk, and then I measured that string, and the string was 10 feet 3 inches. Just to give you an idea of how big that tree is. I was actually surprised it wasn't bigger, but I don't know what I expected. This is one big, large tree. So diameter of the tree at the trunk, 10 feet 3 inches. I don't know if I've showed this yet. Let me climb over here. This is what one of the branches did to the pool. And I have no idea how far down in there that is. That's where we are at. You can actually go up this side of the house, which you couldn't do before. This was all completely blocked off. But they have removed what was left of the fence. The pile at the street is sizable. And ironically, we still have a lot of big trees in the neighborhood. But we're getting there, we're doing well. God is good and we are safe, so. Hey guys, Friday afternoon, and once again it is quiet in my backyard, but if you notice, no tree. They have taken the tree out in the back. It was quite a sight to watch them do that. I can't even begin to tell you how I am impressed by the guys who come and do all that tree work. They're just animals. I don't know another way to say it. They just dive in with these gigantic chainsaws and just go for it. And it doesn't seem like the size of the tree is a deterrent by any means. I'm gonna walk around the pool just a little bit, kind of get some new shots of what's going on over there and the damage that was done. But the backyard is taken care of. Let me show you this too, because the other big thing that is happening is my house was tagged that it is the power part of it. These boxes right here were damaged, so my house has been tagged as unsafe. They said we could stay here. The only tag they had left in the truck was uninhabitable, so it looks really bad, but we now have a red tag, and the power can't come back onto the house until the boxes get fixed. Well, the electrician was out here. He's coming Monday and Tuesday. Today's Friday. Monday and Tuesday to get that fixed. It'll actually be better than what it was before, because this old house had a whole bunch of boxes. He's going to condense it all into one nice, better, more up to code kind of thing. But yeah, we're going to go through the weekend without power, and that's fine. We're actually managing quite well. Okay guys, I don't really know where to end this video, so I guess I'm just going to end it. I've been taking footage for the last week. Hopefully I documented it pretty good and kind of gave you an idea of what we're going through. But at this moment we are, for the most part, got all the debris out of the yard, at least all the big stuff, front and back. The electrician is coming Monday, Tuesday, something like that, to redo the electrical boxes that were damaged in the back. Power is still not to my street yet, although they are working behind me to get that done. We never lost hot water. I don't know even what all I've said throughout the week filming different things, but we never lost hot water. We've got a gas stove, so we're able to cook some things. We're able to take hot showers. Laundromats are starting to open, and people have been gracious about offering to let us come and do laundry at their house if they have power. It's going to take a long time before everything is back to normal, but we're getting back to some kind of normalcy, if you will, that we can live our lives. And I'm assuming my wife will go back to work on Monday. I've been working all week, and it is something that we just have to deal with, and we'll get through. Ultimately, we were all safe. Nobody got injured. In fact, nobody on my street seemed to get injured, even in the midst of everybody coming out and using chainsaws and clearing the street. The people were just the remarkable part of this whole thing, and that continues to be the case. I mean, the people that are coming out and doing stuff and helping their neighbors, and you know, there's a guy down the street who has a generator, and he set up a little area where people could come and charge their phones. My neighbor, he's got a generator, and my phone is sitting over there right now charging. So everybody has kind of stepped up and done what they needed to do to help everybody else, and it's just been fantastic. I can't say enough about the people. If there's ever been an emotional part of the last week, it's been watching everybody come together and do what we need to do. So that's it for now. I'll probably have more updates as we go on this channel, but I'm ready to get back to some photography videos. This one really wasn't that, although I have a lot of pictures, and I probably showed a lot of pictures. I haven't even started editing this thing yet, so probably showed a lot of pictures, but it's not a photography channel video as I normally do, so it'll be nice to get back to that. But thanks for watching. Leave me a comment. All the comments on the shorts that I've been posting have been wonderful. Thank you for all your prayers, support, encouragement. You guys are awesome, as always. And I'll see you in the next video very soon. Okay, this might be one of the more larger pieces. And I don't know if you can see that very well, but it's just short of 3 feet in diameter. That was the tree that was across the pool.